Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name's Amista, and we're here to do a little bit of tarot reading, a little bit of chit chat. Time for me to catch up on some of my regulars, get to meet some new people, have some fun in the room. That's what we're here for today. So, right now, I'm just clearing my cards, getting ready for whatever this live stream may bring. The first thing that we're going to do is we are going to do a little spread to see what is our best manifestation advice over the next 24 hours. See what shows up for my YouTube viewers. I just did this on Facebook. It always fascinates me that my Facebook viewers get a different manifestation advice than my YouTube viewers. Cheryl, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you here, my friend. How are you? How are you? It's a beautiful day out there. I went out for a walk at the main reservoir here in Lakewood this morning, and there was this huge American eagle that came in. What direction would that have been from? From the north. I'm going to say from the northeast, even. And he sat on one of the power poles not far from the reservoir. Just let me check him out. Let me look at him. I looked up esoteric meaning of an American eagle. And then I talked to him a little bit, and I told him, thank you for letting me see him. And then he just left and went back the way that he came. It was the coolest experience. Hello there, Tammy Bombay. Welcome, welcome. You shoveled snow. Oh my goodness. Where are you, Cheryl, that you had to shovel snow? Tammy, how are you? It was amazing. And it was right after I listened to a video about this psychic that was looking at news coming out about how this election was manipulated and bought. So I'm hoping, since it was an American eagle, that was a symbol of, one of the things eagle is a symbol of is truth and honesty. So I'm hoping that was a symbol of truth and honesty really coming out about this whole process, one way or the other. Let's just get to the bottom of this and be done with it. And Idaho. Oh, okay. Okay. What town in Idaho? I've been thinking living in Idaho might not be so bad. I've done that with hawks before too. Last week I went down to the same place and there was a vulture bird. Can't remember the full name of it. That was like perched in a tree straight up above the path. I mean, I literally had to walk under this tree where this guy was, and he didn't fly away. He was just chilling. And that's not normal for me to see them here. Usually I see them around Boulder. You're in Boise. I think you told me that before. Probably asked you that. I was thinking I might move to Grangeville, maybe. That's on my Venus line as far as an astrocartography, so it might be a good place to be. And then I changed my mind. Then I thought, oh, no, I'm going to stay here in this area. So who knows what will happen. Let's look at our best manifestation advice. Let's quit with the chit chat for the moment and see what is our best manifestation advice. Be thinking about what you want to manifest. This advice will apply for over the next 24 hours. Okay, first thing that we have showing up is the Ace of Bows, the spark of life, but it's in reverse. This says there's something that we know we need to do that's kind of tedious. Yuck. Yuck. Seven of Chalices in reverse. This says, turn that frown around. I know exactly what I'm thinking. It is the first week in January. It's time to do taxes. But come at it with a good attitude with that Seven of Chalices coming up in reverse. And the Nine of Bows. Just get in there and just do it. Get it over with. Just get it over with. So whatever it is you're thinking of that's tedious, whether it's taxes or something else, you want to work on your attitude and then just get in there and just do it like you're ripping the Band-Aid off. Get it over with. I'm glad to hear that you are good, Tammy Bambi. How much snow did you get, Cheryl? I know you guys can get a lot, a significant amount. All right, let's see. I need to get my pen and paper ready. Who would like a reading? If you have a question for me, just put that in the chat. If you would like a message from Spirit, just put that in the chat. And we'll see what all I can get to. Just a couple inches. Oh, good. That's cool. That's livable. That's pretty. And then it goes away fast. Message for Cheryl. Okay. All right, let's see what we get here. 5:55 on my little timer counter for the video. Time of change. All right, Cheryl, best message from Spirit. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Do. Tammy Bambi, you haven't told me if you have a question or if you want a message, honey bunny. But you did ask how I am, so here's how I am. I am fantastic. I'm alive. I'm breathing. I'm doing readings and Reiki. My YouTube is going viral. My client base is expanding. My life is good, and getting better all the time. Something about your health. Do you have a specific question? Because when I do the messages, those are just wide open. So if we're going to ask a question, I want to do a specific question. I try to avoid health. So if we can do something really specifically, yes or no, that would be acceptable. Although the real answer is really go see your doctor. It's always really go see your doctor because I am not that. All right, let's see what we have for Cheryl. Well, let me write down Tammy first so I don't forget. She's next. Just a general message then? Okay. No specific questions. So she just wants a message. Okay. All right, let's get some cards down for Cheryl. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Here we go. Thank you for the thumbs up. Whoever did the thumbs up, I appreciate that. And of course, you all know you can get a private reading from me. All you have to do is find my website in the description box below. If you think I do well on these little 5-card spreads, I will knock your socks off in a private reading. Okay, so Cheryl, Ace of Bows. This time it's right side up, talking about some kind of new inspired idea that makes you feel enthusiastic and happy, makes you want to pump that go pedal. What on earth is covered by my morning card? I don't know if I've ever seen a bigger contradiction in the tarot, actually. Now, this could be a really inspired, enthusiastic idea about a way to celebrate somebody who's passed on, possibly, potentially. The other way that this comes in is it could be that you have a really great idea, but you're really sad because before you take any action on the idea, you're already thinking, I don't know if I can do that. I think that's my more likely interpretation, actually. It feels like it fits those cards a little better, at least for this reading. Now let's look. Oh, ha. Let's look at your best advice or heads up. I love it, love it, love it. Might be time to adjust that attitude. Do you remember when we were kids, our parents would talk about giving us an attitude adjustment? We're not going to do it that harshly, though. Okay, so what we have coming up here. Hello there, Jennifer. What we have coming up here is the Green Woman, first of all. Now, the Green Woman talks about manifesting and manifesting in a more receptive way. This is that idea of saying to Sacred Spirit, wouldn't it be great if, and then waiting to see what kind of nudges he gives us. Does he nudge us to go talk to this person? Does he nudge us to go hang out for a little while? Does he nudge us to go have some fun and get happy somewhere? What are the nudges? And pay attention to those nudges and do them. Boop-a-doo-doo-doo. That's your first bit of advice or heads up. Now, I'm surprised this didn't come first, actually. This is the ancestor. This talks about some kind of contract or commitment, heavy-duty contract or commitment, actually. And this It has a very specific meaning in this particular deck because of those 2 trees right there. I'm gonna say those are probably aspens. Hard to tell without the leaves in wintertime, but there's only, like, 2 trees that have white bark, right? So, anyway, we're gonna say they're aspens because I like aspens, and they're all around me here in Colorado. That's what we're gonna say. So, anyway, with the 2 aspen trees there, in this deck, when you've got, like, 2 trees like that coming up, that talks about a decision, and in this case, the ancestor is saying, "Think about this decision because once you make it, there's no turning back, there's no canceling this contract, there's no getting out of it. This is like a marriage, once you make it, man, that's irreversible. You might be able to get a divorce later or an annulment later, but things are never gonna be the same again. Even if you do that, things will never be the same again." So, this is saying, whatever this idea is that you have, it must be pretty heavy duty. Manifest, 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 be that manifesting mama. Talk to spirit, get them involved. You've got a contract or commitment coming up that allows you to move forward with this. And the last card, you should be aware that this is going to change your ideas of what stability and security are once you do this. Okay? We are doing peoples, Nancy. Wow, it's been a while since you've seen me read, isn't it? Because that is how I used to do it. I used to go sign by sign for every day. Glad to see you back in the room, my friend. All right, so I hope that makes sense for you, Miss Cheryl. You've got some big things you want to manifest. You got to quit doubting them. Uh-oh, what's the wow for? The other day, she didn't know what I was talking about. Now I got a wow. Getting my dopamine hit off that wow. First dopamine hit of the live stream right there. Actually, I've been learning about dopamine. I've been watching this little video that talks about dopamine and how it's made in the body, and how if we get, like, overly happy and we have too much dopamine, then our body tries to make some other things to offset the dopamine, but it makes more than enough to make it balance out, so then we kinda crash. So then we look for the next dopamine hit, and it can become this really crazy, crazy cycle. Because our bodies were wired for when we got dopamine, we had to, like, hunt for 4 hours, and then we would have food and get dopamine. That we weren't wired for easy dopamine like we have now. So, Cheryl, I don't know. I guess she's not gonna tell me wow. Darn it. Okay, Tammy, message from spirit. You're up next. After that, we'll see who else is around. So, Nancy, here's how I do it nowadays. I'm just gonna get you up to speed real quick. You can either ask a very specific question in the chat, and I do mean specific. I like it if you ask, like, within a time frame, like, is such and such, am I gonna move within 6 months? Like, that's a very specific type of question. What I don't like to answer is stuff like, what's coming in my life? Way too open. Way too open. So specific area of your life, time frame, even if you want to be a little bit more specific, is Tony going to call me back? Anything like that. Or you can get a message from spirit, which is one where I just check in with sacred spirit and see what they want to talk to you about. So that's how we're running things these days. If you want a question answered, you just type that in the chat. If you want a message from spirit, you just type that in the chat. Working on staying open to new possibilities. Well, that's exciting. That's exciting because if you're aware of that, woo, baby, that's opening the gates. Floodgates are coming open. Maria, hello, hello. Happy New Year, my friend. Oh, I'm so glad that you stopped by. I hope you have a great work day and a wonderful new year, my friend. I can't wait till I see you back in the room again. I love it. So Sacred Spirit's just like totally saying, go for it. Don't be down on things. Be open to them. That's awesome. All right, Tammy Bambi. Message from Spirit for Tammy Bambi. Let's see what Spirit has to say. They might talk about your health. I don't know. Well, we've got a lot of we have a lot of confusion here. Whew. All right, let's take a peek. Here's what Spirit wants to talk to you about. Whoops. Four of Stones. Four of Stones talks about the idea of holding something back, of not being forthcoming, maybe even stashing something back like money, or if you have something that you want to give your grandchild when you pass away, you can be stashing that away. When I was in Missouri, I was talking to an auntie. She was actually stashing away a handgun for her niece whenever she became an adult. I don't know that I would run into that here in Colorado. That's not kind of the mindset that we have. But, this is stashing something away to use in the future or to have in the future. Okay. Now, what we have covering that is the 10 of Arrows. Now, this is interesting because in this deck, the 10 of Arrows talks about learning something new. So you could actually be taking notes and writing them down and stashing those notes away for the future. Okay. Or keeping some recordings or bookmarking some videos or stashing a book away because it has some pertinent information that you're going to want on down the line. All right. So anyway, that's what Spirit wants to talk to you about, is whatever this is that you're learning, stashing that information away for the future. Now, excuse me, this makes a little bit more sense to me, Tammy. Oh, what sign are you, Nancy? I've got my Sun in Scorpio plus my Neptune, my Mercury, and my Venus, and I can tell you I'm not reaching out to anybody. But that may not be the same for a Scorpio with a different sign. All right, so you're a Gemini. Okay, awesome. Let's finish up with Tammy here. So we have the Woodward showing up in reverse. The Woodward in reverse, Tammy says that you need to make some kind of decision here about something that somebody did, and you're having a hard time kind of making that decision. You're trying to decide if what they did was intentionally malicious or if they were trying to do something good and things went off the track and they didn't know how to fix that. So that's what you're trying to really sort out here on this first card. Okay. You don't exactly know which way you're going yet. Why don't you know? Well, you don't know because you're very confused about this. And you're confused to the point that, like, even if you do readings for yourself, you're not really trusting yourself to be objective about this. And with the Six of Stones, this tells me that you are feeling a little bit exploited, but you're not sure because of so much confusion. You're really not sure if somebody really meant to do something that would make you feel exploited or if something just happened. I'm going to tell you, when we have this much confusion about something, this is when I'm going to recommend you get a reading, because it's very clear that you're not able to read for yourself right now. So if this is an important decision that you have to make, and and the sooner the better, then this is a great time to get a reading from someone you trust. Hopefully you trust me. But if not me, somebody that you trust, that would be a great time to get a reader. There's so much confusion around that. Hope that makes sense for you, my friend. Okay, let's see. Saving money. Saving more than money. Saving back some information, too. All right, so let's see here. After Tammy, let's see. Jennifer asked for a message. Jen, are you still in the room? And then boo-ba-doo-doo, boo-doo-doo-doo, boo-doo-doo-doo. Nancy has a question. And then who else do we have? Maria didn't ask for anything. Okay, Nancy, I'm pretty sure you're still in the room. You've been talking. There's Jennifer Davies. All right. Were you in the room on Facebook before I left then? Somebody else left me a message there. I don't know if she came in right after I left or what. Nobody was talking to me on Facebook, though. I had to get out of there and come here where I could be around people. Motivation. Hello there. Hello there. Glad to see you in the room, my friend. Okay, this is Jen's message from Spirit. After that, we'll look at Nancy's question. Somebody tell me what that symbol means. Okay, I know that by now, the age 55, I should know. What does that symbol mean? Because I do not know what it means. And it drives me crazy that I don't. So, guys, help a sister out. Okay, Jen, message from Spirit. Message from Spirit for Jen. Boopity doo doo doo. All right. Jennifer. Okay, what we have here. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Andra Scorpio. Ooh, 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 ooh. The middle of this month, something's supposed to be breaking free for us as far as abundance. And I'm so excited because I have a Scorpio friend in Missouri who just got a job that pays way more than her other job. She starts it on the 27th. So I'm thinking we got some good things coming this way. Peaceful vibing. Okay, I like that. All right, so Jennifer, thank you, by the way, for telling me that. Okay, so this is what made me think of that. This is the abundance card. And look at this. I'm so excited. It's covered by the struggle card in reverse, which means we're about to come to the end of a struggle when it comes to abundance. Look at you, Jen. Oh, if we were in person, I would just give you a hug. All right. Spirit message for this month. Okay, so here's the deal. What you need to know, motivation. The spirit message, I just asked Spirit what they want to talk to you about today. So it's not going to be like for the whole month. It's going to be very much right now, in the moment. Okay, so Jen, what do we have? We start off with the fox. This is interesting because what I'm hearing is this means more of like a Lenormand type fox than what it usually does in the tarot. So, Happy New Year, Jackie. So the fox to me talks about this idea of being very witty. The advice is to be very witty, be firing on all cylinders with that mind ears. And the fox also in the Lenormand is very much like very business oriented, making good, solid, quality decisions. Oh my gosh. About energy flow, about generosity, about abundance. So make some solid decisions. Now, for me, if you look at this generosity card, I think it's so fabulous. It's the Nine of Vessels, which talks about satisfaction and fulfillment in any other deck. But for me, it talks about generosity because that's what it's labeled as. And this is the deck that I learned on. Well, it's the third generation of that deck, but you get the point. And you can see that there's all this energy flowing out around this guy. This is like when there's plenty of communication coming in, there's plenty of resources being shared, like everything is just flowing and vibing. It's a very happy card. It's a very hippie card, actually. Think hippie commune, everybody's got plenty. Think the happy version of that, okay? Now, generosity, though, sometimes that starts with us being generous, and then next thing you know, here comes something back to us. All right. So generosity talks about, having very much business sense about this generosity and this flow. Sometimes to prime that pump, you got to do a little generosity just to prime that cash pump, prime that prosperity pump. That's what I'm going to start calling it, the prosperity pump. We're going to prime the prosperity pump with generosity. All right. Now, looking at our third card, we have the Sun of Life showing up in reverse. Son of Life talks about not only you being empowered, definitely this is you being empowered, but it's also you are not only empowered and encouraged and uplifted by doing your thing that makes you happy, satisfied, fulfilled. Also, now you're in this space where you can also empower and uplift and encourage those people around you as well. So, love it, love it, love it. Your abundance is about to have a glow up. It's about to be the end of struggle there. Be very smart, be very business minded about that generosity. What kind of promotions can you do that not only benefit yourself, but also those around you, so that now you're in a stable, secure, happy, fulfilled situation where you can help other people be stable, secure, happy, and fulfilled. So very cool. We like your reading. We like your reading, Jen. I'm claiming your reading for me too. All right, so that's Jen. Next up, we're looking at a question for Nancy. Let's see. Jackie, if I did not say hello, hello and Happy New Year. Glad you're here. Best version. Hello, hello. That was a good message, right? And by the way, anybody else in the room that's Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, just so you know, Jen's a Scorpio. So that's the kind of message that we can all get behind, right? And we can all claim for ourselves. And I'm just pirating a message. So Nancy's question, partner. You want to know if he'll reach out today, he or she. What's the name of your partner, Nancy? I should have asked you that earlier. Let's see. I'm going to be here about 4 more minutes. I might do one other person after Nancy. We'll see. Let's see. Kay was the next one that asked. So if I get to another person, it's going to be Kay. Oscar. Okay. The first thing that I saw whenever I read his name is, remember Sesame Street? Oscar the Grouch, the little green guy in the trash can. He was kind of grumpy. Anybody would be grumpy if they lived in a trash can now. Okay, will Oscar, who is a Scorpio, reach out to Nancy to reconcile today? Will he today? I would not expect it today. And I would not expect it because, look, we've got some indecision here. He might be thinking about it, but this is not a card of action, my friends. Forest Lovers in reverse. This would be kind of a no. 3 of Cups also in reverse. This is interesting because he's kind of thinking about it, but no, he's not sure. You might get on his nerves a little bit. Isn't that funny? Is that his reaction to a fear of rejection? Like, what is that? I think it is, because then we've got the Queen of Bows in reverse. I think he might be worried that you would be like, nope, I'm sick of your stuff. And the Stag, he shows you with full self-confidence. You would totally be able to do that in his mind. So, yeah, he's indecisive about it. At this point, he's not ready. He's afraid of that Scorpio tail saying, no way, Jose, I done cut you off once. Don't make me do it again. That's what we've got going on there for you, Nancy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for keeping me company here today. Thank you for all the thumbs ups on the video. I appreciate that. And I will be back again soon. I'm guessing probably tomorrow. But everybody also check your weeklies. I've got weeklies out for this week, and I'm starting to get them out for next week. I've got my first 3 done. Hopefully, I'll get the other 9 today, so check on your weeklies. And everyone have a fantastic day, and if I haven't said it yet, a happy, wonderful, thrilling, exciting, joyful New Year. Peace out. You're quite welcome, Miss Nancy.